What up traders, what up investors, Ken here from the Dyslexic Investor, and today we're going to be looking at a stock that has been tremendously beaten up and just had a hard of a time recovering after earnings. Of course we're talking about FSLY. FSLY had a huge run up to earnings and then spiked down hard. I wouldn't even call it spiked down, it was literally shot, wings clipped, and just came crashing down. But things do crash, things do fall from the sky, there's knives fall, you sometimes don't want to catch those knives or potentially try to catch a bounce. But with FSLY, it came down really hard, but it made pretty interesting patterns that really got on my radar. That being said, I wanted to share this with everyone. You're more than welcome to check out the YouTube membership tab, the join tab down below to support the channel. And as well, we have a Patreon page as well. So this is kind of where it came from. Around this morning when I run my stock, different various scans and just looking at things, FSLY came up, and it was basically one that was on the watch and now became a trade idea this morning before the breakout, identifying that move here on the chart here well before, even though it ran up as much as it has today. Didn't honestly think that it's going to be run up this fast, but it was quite substantial without a doubt. That being said, with that move, which we talked about, we're looking at the movement was around 80 bucks, and of course it ran up well over that, looking for potential overhead resistance around 90, which we talked about, 89.90 potentially to see this. This is still a very strong potential breakout. I wouldn't be calling this a breakout, doing a quotes right now. Potentially needs to really close above that $88 to $89 to be a potential breakdown and have this momentum kind of switch down below. There are some good positive signs that we're looking at here within FSLY. As we noted on the Patreon post here that you can again check out if you're interested, we saw that switch between the basically being negative in volumes on oscillator and then going positive. The RSI is starting to peak up. The only thing that we're kind of a little bit lagging behind is the overall TTM squeeze, so we need to start seeing these red bars turn yellow, meaning that the potential trend change is happening. And as well, which we don't really talk about too much, is the average true range was up substantially today, which is basically what the projected amount of what on average the stock moves on a day-to-day basis. And of course that's basically really through the roof on the sense of this large move today being up nearly 10%. It's nearly $7.50. Again, still being only 12:30 here Eastern Standard Time. Got plenty of trading left. Anything can happen without a doubt. But what we're really looking for, this would be a great potentially. This moves so fast, to be quite honest with you guys. I wasn't able to get in a full position on this, and it just ran too fast for me this morning. I'm a pretty slow trader, and I'd like to double check to make sure I send stuff, because I've had horrible mistakes before where I thought I put in the right strike price and things like that, and I hit the wrong strike price and then you lose money. So yes, it's better to be safe than sorry, right? So what we're really looking for is to see this base right here really hold. So we're really looking for that 55. That is the white dotted line here. That's the 55 EMA to kind of potentially create that base that we're talking about here and hold this line. We like to see the 5 and 8, which is the purple and yellow line, or sorry, purple and white line, to cross through the yellow line to potentially get that momentum going higher. That will most likely happen once the stock price reaches above $89 and closes above $89. And this one would be a very interesting play to potentially see to come back potentially to 100. Again, the next level of overhead resistance would be around $95 though, and then it would be a 100 marker here. Again, that's the Fibonacci retracements from the swing high to swing low there. That being said, another thing that kind of came on our radar too is, especially with these particular, I would call it a fan favorite, FSLY was a very fast mover. So once it caught any steam or if it got any volume into the stock, as you can see here, once it really breaks above the average volume range on like a 20-day basis, it usually gets on a lot of people's radar. And as you can see here, that's potentially trying to break out here again. That's what we talked about, really looking for that break above $89 to $90 to see where it can go. On the weekly side, you can see a very interesting pattern here as well. Since the parabolic SAR, which is hard to see here on this chart, is still above it on the weekly side, but if we flip back to the daily, it's coming down quite drastically, which is a good sign. I'm not saying this is going to come up to 120 tomorrow. It can, without a doubt. I'm not going to tell it not to. I don't control the market. I just let the market do its thing, and I just sit back and ride shotgun, and to see where it takes me to some. I'll jump out of the car if it goes crashing down, but I'll stick around if it's moving pretty fast to the upside. So key takeaways before we kind of get going here. There is quite a bit of options activity just coming out on this particular Friday. So tomorrow is monthly expiration for August. So a lot of people are potentially going to be looking for September for some options pricing here. And you can see here that the open interest is pretty significant around the 90. And of course, these options are basically $5, strike prices each by $5. So you see a lot of increases of buying around the 90 and the 100 calls there was pretty substantial. You see those basically up anywhere from 72 to 60% just today on that really strong move into this AM and potentially into 3 and 4 o'clock today. So we will really want to key takeaways. We really, if you're going to be a bull on this one, you really want to start seeing it push even higher today, and you want to see it close above 88 or potentially even to $90 today, or potentially tomorrow, or just basically close out the week above $90, which would be a great sign for this stock for a potential further upside potential. If you're going to be more of a bear, you want to start seeing it fail here at the $89 strike price, and you want to see that 5 and 8 kind of fail and not hit could touch the 21 EMA and just come straight back down. And then you initially really want to see also the volume zone oscillator kind of fail as well and start going back down to the negative digits there. So that being said, hopefully this was educational. If you learned something, please hit that like and subscribe if you're interested on more great content regarding stocks, equities, and a lot of fun stuff around charting and technical analysis. And I would love for everyone to kind of check out the potential Patreon page as well as the YouTube join button to support the channel. And as well, last but not least, if you're interested on changing brokers, because again, Thinkorswim's been a pain in the butt. Tastyworks I have an affiliate link down below, and if you have any questions regarding them there, the support team is fantastic. And if you have any questions that I can answer, just join the Discord. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side.